Legends!
Okay, so hot reports coming in from Platinum, PlayStation, Sony land. Dan, you're the man out on the streets. Tell me, what is this breaking news?
Yes. Hello, Nathan. Yeah, I'm here at Sony headquarters, and breaking news is just in. It looks as if the PlayStation 3 store is in fact shutting down, as reports did previously rumor. This is huge news. Everyone is freaking out. People are throwing things through windows. It's a bit of a mess.
My God, Dan, stay safe out there. This is big news. This is very, very big news. Turns out some things are true on the internet, so I'm going to... and some things should be believed. So, Dan, looks like it's actually official. Sony are closing down the Vita store, the PSP store, and the PS3 store. So you have the details lined up there on your telephone device. So, what are the conditions of this closure, or how are Sony going about this?
Well, I suppose first off, the most important thing is that trophies don't seem to be affected. So
a collective. It's all right, lads.
Yeah,
it's all right.
So we can still get our backlog, but that's under the proviso that we actually own the DLC for these games. So if there's games on your backlog and you have DLC, you'll be able to still download that DLC. There'll still be patches online and things like that, but yeah, as far as the store goes, it's you're not going to be able to purchase anything new.
So you need to own it.
Need to own it, yeah. Which is it's a pretty big deal. Cloud saves are okay supposedly as well. So yeah, if you've got a backlog of DLC you still own, you're fine. But if there's DLC that you might be thinking about buying, I would recommend to do that soon or before the.
So buy it before the store closes and you'll be all right.
2nd of July. So still a little bit of time. At least they did give us some notification there. We talked about this the last day that, we did think this was an inevitability eventually, and this definitely seems quite quick. And unfortunately, our main point was that this would be great, or this would be fine if there was a great PS Now support there for this, like the backlog of PS3 stuff, but there just isn't. There's nothing ready there to take the place of the PS3 store. So there's going to be like a huge catalog of amazing PlayStation 3 games that now will have a lot of the content locked out.
Yeah, like my thing with the DLC is that surely like there's some fantastic DLC. I know like my first thought went to something like Minerva's Den, but BioShock 2 got a remaster with that included. Not every game is going to be that lucky to get a remaster. So that's something to me that like as a developer you'd have to look at this and go, there's not much point putting any kind of effort into DLC, because if the market's moving towards a more digital marketplace, you might only get a 10-year lifespan out of that DLC in terms of market viability, in terms of actually being able to sell it before it just, Steam of course is a bit more of a perpetual presence in the gaming market, but I mean, if you're a developer, especially a first party developer for Sony, however backwards compatibility goes moving forward, you'd have to kind of consider it's like DLC compared to like the PS3 days, I think is a bit lazier anyway. But I mean, you can see why Rockstar's fabled single player DLC would never make it. I mean, if it is going towards a digital thing, there's not much incentive for developers if DLC is going to be completely left behind in such and no way to actually viably buy them. I mean, they could implement that in PlayStation Now where you get the base edition free, and maybe they can have a pass where it's like DLC or Game of the Year editions included, and for an extra €2 a month or something. But there's no, as you said, there's like no infrastructure here to actually bring these games forward, all of them into the future. And the last thing before you continue is just, I find it odd that like it's in one fell swoop. The PSP fair enough. The PSP. I mean, that is a legacy console at this point. So it's like that would be completely unsurprising. The PS3. I think it wasn't quite the time. I'm sure there's still a lot of people, because the PS4 wasn't backwards compatible, that would want to play classics or clean up, for trophies. I know a lot of people have gone back to older. You yourself, over the course of the past year, have been playing a lot of PS3, so it's not ridiculous to think that that's just easy money for developers. Like, surely you're getting at least a bit of income from that, and it's from work you did 10 years ago. It's like that lovely commission payment that you get for something you did 10 years ago. So it's like, okay, but the Vita, it's like, my god, that poor fucker of a beautiful console. Like,
Vita never got to fly.
It never got to fly, and that's like the most recent out of all of them. So for it to be lumped in with the PSP store getting closed at the same time as the Vitas, just doesn't, it doesn't sit well with me, man. It just doesn't. And like, well, what does the future for Vita games hold? I mean, like, that's another thing. Like, or there's not a lot of Vita games on PlayStation now that I'm aware of, or if there's any, apart from Gravity Rush, which was kind of ported over to the PS4.
Yeah.
So
we're hoping that, certain games make it across. Like, I know Persona 4 Golden got a PC re-release there earlier, or last year. But yeah, there's some great games there, say Uncharted, Golden Abyss. Yeah, I have finished it. I just couldn't remember exactly what it was called.
I own that one. I got that with PlayStation Plus, but I was hoping to pick up a Vita. I've been thinking about the past couple of months, but now it's like, it's now or never. Like, really, like.
Yeah. That's definitely one thing about the Vita, that like most of the good games were free at one point on PlayStation Plus, which is one saving grace there. But yeah, there's games that I still haven't played on the Vita, like Killzone Mercenaries. That's the main one that's popping out to me that I remember thinking about buying. But then there's a lot of bigger games there, especially the Japanese ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. I think the PSP, I think that's really just that has been dead a long time.
It's a bit of house cleaning. Like, the PSP is a bit of something in the house cleaning, where it's like, I understand that, like, it was released in 2005, I believe, wasn't it? 2005, 2006. So I get it. I think no one's gonna, like, attack them for that. But if this is a slight window into the future in regards to digital only consoles, I just think the timing of Sony to unleash this news when they've literally just released their first digital only console 4 months ago is kind of ill-fated timing. And I don't that's something that I think should be mentioned, or something that I would feel obliged to mention, that by digital only, this is going to be the consequence, where you're completely beholden to them maintaining servers for products that you buy, and that you're completely held accountable to those conditions that you just tick away, that no one reads them. I don't read them. So that makes me slightly I'm probably thinking 10 years down the line, but I mean, it's a little bit of a horrible window into the future unless they iron out their backwards compatibility. And as I said, maybe this is just make the cut. Just cut this. The PS3, as we said in the previous video on this topic, was kind of like the boulder that was blocking the seamless backwards compatibility between the 5 generations of consoles. Maybe they're like, just cut it, and we'll just start anew and just concentrate on the future. As opposed to putting too much resources into maintaining the PS3. What are the other terms of this?
That's really it. It is worrying, because with PlayStation 2 games, they can emulate them and they can have them digitally available or whatever. That's fine. But with the PS3
as well,
PS1 as well. But then with the PS3, there's no technology out there yet really that can reliably do PS3 emulation. So we're just kind of completely beholden to Sony then re-releasing some of our favorite games now, and with say even with when we look at what Xbox have, you can stick an Xbox disc in your Xbox One or your Xbox Series S and it'll still work.
That's crazy.
That far,
that. Like that's the dream. I'd love to be able to like just put in a PS2 game and it just play.
Yeah.
With like
now the original Xbox games don't work, but the 360.
Yeah, but the 360. But like PS1.
Majority of the 360 ones do.
But can you imagine like a PS2, PS3 game just putting it in like that? That was like what I was ill-fatedly hoping for with the PS5, with like their onus on like PS4 backwards compatibility. But yeah, I don't know. But look, from a trophy hunting perspective, this is like the official Plat chum siren of a warning.
Yes.
This is not a fucking drill, lads. All right, this is the World War II siren in terms of platinum and trophy hunting. Okay.
I'm gonna break open my piggy bank.
In case of emergency.
One. I have to get all the DLC for New Vegas finally because I still don't own it.
Yes.
So
well, I don't know what it works with the Game of the Year edition.
It didn't come on the disc as far as
it's
I'm
downloaded. Okay.
I think it is.
You need to get that. I don't know if there's anything I'm missing, but I need to really think what PS3 games didn't make the leap that I still like. Say I think Catherine got a recent remaster. That was one that I'm like, I should really play. And like Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, but whatever about me, it's about you guys. Buy whatever fucking DLC you've been meaning to clean
backlog.
up.
Yeah, check it out and see what you need and just buy it. And then I suppose another problem there as well is that maybe people will panic buy, but the DLC for PS3 is never on sale.
It was extortionately expensive. They never had any sales on, and like the price of games on the PS3 store. First of all, the download speed. My God. Like, not only is it going to cost you an arm and a leg to buy some of these, it's going to take about 6 days to download everything if you're going on a bit of a spree. So be prepared to put the work in, but this is like battle stations, people. Battle stations.
Took me literally, I think, about a half an hour to sync my trophies on my PS3.
But like, I wonder now, like, is the store closed? Like, at what point will they just cut the PS3 entirely in terms of trophy synchronization? Like that's the life support of the PS3.
Yeah. I suppose it'd be, I'm hoping that the PS3 is just inherently tied to PSN so that
they can't cut it.
There wouldn't be any option of cutting it.
The root folder in their organization is PS3 trophies or something that they can't. It's like fucking. Yeah.
We'll see, but look, I think at this point, it is pretty bad news all around. I think a lot of people were hoping that it was just a rumor. Unfortunately, it isn't a rumor. Unfortunately, there isn't that great availability for these games that a lot of people are going to be missing out on. You still can buy things physical, of course, but I think the PS3 generation was the start of that trend where a lot of the content of the games came on the download
from the server side.
And it was definitely the first time where I remember buying some Game of the Year editions thinking, oh, I have the Game of the Year, and then realizing that it was a code in the like on a little slip, then that was what constituted the Game of the Year. So I would raise a red flag for everyone, just to go and clean up whatever they need.
I think from now until the end of June begins the ultimate backlog challenge, and also maybe a wallet challenge, because I can imagine them on the side. Wait a minute, we're getting an awful lot of unforeseen activity on the PS3 side. Dial up the prices. Hope
not. Just for my sake, there's definitely a few of them there because I don't want to be forever regretting that I didn't buy it,
Yes, like my FIFA 10.
Yeah, and there's going to be it's going to create like a black market of people.
You want some DLC? You want some DLC, man? I got all what you need, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Sony are very strict on that kind of thing as well. I've seen people getting banned for even floating the idea that they would do that, sad
times. sad times. So
It is.
Guys,
It's always sad. End of an era, you know.
end of 3 eras in a way. Like they're really like this is merciless. But so everyone, leave a comment below on what DLC that you think or you need to buy in the next coming months before it gets lost to the ether or whatever. Dan, thanks for reporting out on the ground.
Of course, yeah.
Noble
Scary
pursuit.
biscuits.
Scary biscuits. Anyway, man, this is like the saddest high five ever. But in tribute to the PS3, the dawn of our trophy hunting experience, and the PSP and the PS Vita, which never truly got the chance to live.
I don't think we should have even high-fived there.
No,
We should do like a salute, you know.
I think just a solid snake or big boss with the single tear.
Yeah.
And in the tear it just spells Vita.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks a million.
Blood chums!